in it, winning for all of our spinach. Because we healthy living. Bars. Que pasó, mi gente? What is up, everybody? Hello, everyone. It is your boy, Jocquill, je n'appelle pas français. And you are here in the shift in perspective, baby. Because guess what? It doesn't have to be how you think it has to be. It's all due to the perspective of what you think. So, without further ado, let's get up into it on this lovely, lovely Saturday. And just to let you all know, we shoot every Saturday at noon. So that way we can get up, enjoy our mornings, get active, handle some business, tune in to the shift in perspective. So that way we can really think about how we're going to do what we do best to get to where we're going. And then to bring it right around now to get our week ready and start it off strong. Because you don't need to plan for a Monday, a Sunday, a Saturday. You can just do what you do best any day. So as long as you start to set yourself up for success, then the rest is inevitable. And that's all we really talk about, to get her done, because we got to make sure that we keep the flow, baby. And yes, we talk about it on a regular basis that for you to keep your focus, it is a little complicated. It's a little distracting. But these are just things that we tell ourselves because of the fact that we feel that we can't deter and separate what we really want to do. So, is that my boy Sir Ricky in the building? It's Ricky. She grew right around. It's Ricky. Yes, your boy is back. And as you can see, we are newly set up, designed for greatness per usual. And we're back. And we're doing our lives every Saturday at noon. So that way people can, shake off what they had going on throughout the week, get up, enjoy their Saturday morning, and then tune into the live to go handle the business for the rest of the week. Because it's Saturday. Is it Valentine's Day? It's not Valentine's Day today. Yesterday was the 13th. Yeah, it was Friday. So today is Valentine's Day, the day of amor, the love, mi amor. So it's awesome. I hope everybody's having a great time out there. It's all about who you want to do it with and how you want to do it is why we always talk about what we do best. So without further ado, we are going to jump right into it. We got today, the topic at hand is that excuses does not build results. This is something that we want to grasp our heads around because it's easy, right? If you have a job, you get up, you handle if you got a job, you go to school, you get up, you handle your everyday, right? You get up and you're ready for the day. Well, then next thing you know, coffee spills, traffic, teacher pissing you off, people are irritated. So then we get into this cluster of oh, we can't do it. I don't have time for anything else. I'm so busy. And it's just so funny how we place that limitation on ourselves simply because of an outside perspective. Now, before we go deeper, anything in motion stays in motion unless interrupted by an external force. So that means if nothing gets in your way, nothing stops you from where you're supposed to be going. So just remember that. So when the next time you feel that, oh my gosh, I just got so much going, no. Tranquilo, hermano. Take a step, take a breath, and realize that this one inconvenience of 1 minute this 1 minute of this one scenario happening right now should not deter you from all of the other success that you're going to have throughout the rest of the day. Hey, is that Chinese? Ni hao mao. Ni hao mao. I've been working on this one phrase. Wo him bang. Wo him bang. I'm not wanting to say I'm busy. I'm wanting to say I'm great. But, I always mix the mang and the bang, Wo him bang. So, it's shit, we tuned in. And that's what I love about it because we get to talk from all over, right? These principles don't belong to one concept, right? And this is why it's important to be able to stack them. And if you allow yourself to have that open perspective of knowing, like, I've heard this and I've heard that, what if they work a little bit like this? And then you don't know what can come from those. And that's the important part, if you're able to grasp that, it's just like getting stronger, right? We was talking about it last week, right? If you have workouts that you do, if you stack the workout, then you get stronger, right? You don't only do push-ups for arms. Push-ups are a core exercise, it's a back exercise, it's an arm exercise, and depending on which set variations of push-ups you do, they work different parts of the body. So the same thing would have to go for philosophies of the world, right? One of my favorite ones that I stack Kaizen, the Japanese technique of just becoming better. No, Kaizen, Ikigai, and Wabi-Sabi. Yeah, so Kaizen is the 1% betterment every day. Just do it. Just do it. Just get better. That's it. That's all. That's it. Slight work. Trabajo fácil. Just slight work. Go ahead and do that. And then as you do that, you got the Wabi-Sabi, where you can find the beauty in every moment. So in that 1% betterment of getting better, you can really see, like, all right, this is like really doing something. I mean, I'm not really enjoying it, but it's doing something, because then you're noticing the fact of what it can do for you versus how it's making you feel. And then you swing it on all the way back through Ikigai, the purpose of it. So the purpose of you being able to continually doing the things that you are doing. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate it much. Because, this is what we're here for. So if you're able to learn that these things don't have to work individually, you can bring them together, then that's only how you structure the daily-ness of your success daily. Excuse my French. I was spinning some bars. But that's how you can set yourself up for the best possible success. You allow yourself to do what you do. And as you're doing what you're doing, you realize that you're doing it for the reasons behind why you even started, but where that you see the overall picture of what it's supposed to come out to versus how you feel while you do it. You stack, there's literally just steps, baby, just steps. And that's the whole point of this, right? The whole topic of today is that excuses don't build results. But if you stack some principles, then maybe, just maybe, you can intensify where you're going and how fast you get. I love this. Jim Rohn says it all the time. Do you think that it's possible? Now I'm asking everybody, do you think that it's possible for you to increase your value 10 times, 20 times, 100 times in the same amount of time? So the same year that you started, January to December, start in January, start in December. Do you think that you can increase your value immensely within that same amount of time? Yes, por supuesto, of course you can. Of course you're able to intensify what you're able to do. Now, what does that take? That takes you doing the same thing within every single day. So you have this now that timeline doesn't go from January to December now it goes from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, your 24 hours, depending on how you use them. You wake up at 10, you go to sleep at 10. So what are you doing in those 24 hours to intensify your value? You see how once you're able to kind of slice it down, that you're able to keep a little bit more focus on how you're able to further build that success. And that's the important part, because people get in it's not working. Do you know why there are so many supplements and so many different nutritional diets and so many different aspects? Because everything isn't supposed to work for everyone. That's the perspective that we always have to keep our openness to. So that way, once we hear something, we go, oh no, I've tried that before, but it just didn't. No. You've tried it a certain way and it didn't work. In a certain mindset. There's a phrase that I love, is that there's a man. Hold on, let me get it for you. So I don't bomb it. No man passes the same lake twice. It is either a different lake or a different man. Now, we bring that to our day and age to where that when we say this, no situation has to be the same. Have you ever found yourself in a similar situation that probably hasn't shown itself for years? Like something happened to you 5 years ago, a year ago, 3 months ago, and then the same exact scenario, different person, different scenario, different setting, but the same exact concept still stuck? That's where that comes from. It comes from you being able to realize, like, wait a minute. This has happened to me before. And I remember the last time I was doing this, I felt pretty shitty when it ended. So let me do something else. Do you realize that everyone else decides to still choose to do what made them feel? They will literally do the same analysis. They will go, I remember this made me feel really shitty last time. Well, let me see. And then they're going to do it again. Now, stay with me here. To attempt something over and over and over again for a different result is the definition of what? Sanity. For you to stay persistent, consistent, insistent on what you're doing while you're going for it is how you create success. There is this fine line between insanity and success. And as you walk it, stupidity works the same way. If you pay attention to what you're doing while you're doing it, there's a difference. There's a difference than going, that's hot. That's hot. Wait a minute. That's probably still going to be hot. Versus you trying to go, I got it. Like, there's a difference. There's a major difference. And most people will decide to just go, I can do it. I know. Like, no, like it was hot the first time. It's hot the second time. Maybe it's going to be hot the third time. Like, and then maybe, like, and there's no reason to check, right? Now I'm one to be hypocritical to that point entirely because it's different with me. Like, wait. It's different with me because I do the same thing with, I appreciate that. I do the same thing with wet paint. Like I'll see like a wet paint sign, like I'll see wet paint. And then like, I'll be like, see, but that's just because of the fact that whoever put the sign there didn't come back to take the sign off when the paint dried. So they slipping in their responsibility. No, I'm fine. But even then, right? Even then, that scenario would have somebody go, oh, the paint's wet. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to do it. I was going to Publix one day. That Publix is one of our stores. I don't know where people are from out here, but Publix is one of those. If you're in any other state and you see that one store that's everywhere, not Walmart's, not Walmart's or like, Sam's Club or anything. Like we're talking about like that store that's everywhere that you can always go to. Ours is Publix in Florida, but put what store you see on a regular basis where you come from. But I was going to the store one day, Publix, and I was walking through this Home Depot lot, and the lot was kind of like coned off. It was coned off, and it had the warning tape coned around it, and it was either me walking, under the tape and then walking past, because what was blocked off was the fact that they just paved the ground. They just had went over it with tar. You could kind of see. And, from the day and the sun glistening on it, it looked like it was brand new and whatnot. So, fair to say, but it was blocking this certain section of the parking lot. And it was either me go through it or walk around it to get to the front door of the Publix. And me just wanted to get to the store, and my wet paint theory, I was like, I'm gonna go. One of the guys, he's like, hey man, you can't walk that way and everything. I was like, oh no, it's fine. I'll just walk that way. And he gives me hey, it's your shoes. And I was like, hey, fuck it. I walk through, it's dry. Like, it's dry. So now I'm walking across the parking lot on the dry tar, shoes not getting affected, whatnot. Cones are still there, warnings, and then I go into Publix as I do. What we do is we'll see the cones and we'll see the warning tape and we'll be like, oh, can't go that way. Let me just and that's nothing wrong with it. We're primarily instinctual to know that cones, warning tape, something happened over there, can't get through. It's just how it goes, right? My point to that is it's not enough for you to just see that and just make the one thought process of ergo's why when I see the wet paint sign, I don't just believe that the paint is wet because they said it was wet because the person probably didn't come back to move the sign. I'm going to go with what I believe in to know that, all right, painters probably came out at 10 a.m. It's 1:30. It's most likely not wet, right? The same way that I walked across the pavement where I was like, well, walk all the way around or risk the fact of my shoes getting up. Now, mind you, I was wearing a new pair of shoes that day too. So it was kind of like what? I just didn't want to walk around. I was already I specifically walked this way to walk the way that I did. So I'm here now. So this is what we're doing. But most would just, oh no, I'll go the other way. I'll go around. There's nothing wrong with that. I say, just do what you think is best in the time that is there. Now, look, could the pavement been still covered in tar? I would have known by the first step. And then I would have made the conscious decision to go around anyway. But I didn't limit the thought process of me going, all right, well, I'm just going to just go with what's being done. That's what happens. People will go, this is going to be this, this is going to be this, this is going to be this. And then the rest of everybody who's watching it goes, oh, wow, those things are going to be those things. And then they go throughout the world and go, all right, well, these things are going to be those things because it was said that these things are going to be those things. Now, that's when you you see what I'm saying now? You see how just simply following what has just been said just because it's been said? Now, if you know me well, we talked about this before, the little break of life. Facts come from a certain set of people who have implemented theories, hypotheses, and they introduce them to where that they've had a positive or negative effect on the topic. And then those people came to an overall conclusion that this is it. Why do you think that when scientists discover something new or have a breakthrough, it's always stemmed from something that was already discovered? Because there's never an end to this so-called setup that we have. These universal principles allow us to know that there is a vast theory. If you believe in the multiverse theory, if you believe in different universes, if you believe in different planets, life on other planets, these kind of things, you would really understand that there is no one set timeline. I can break this down to you scientifically right now. Look, there's no one set timeline only until you make the decision. Before you make the decision to do whatever you're going to do, they're endless. Whatever you were going to do. For me to go, that could have been something else entirely. Now, stay with me here. Because, this is where we get. And we'll backtrack it. For me to go and pick up this pen, I could have done anything that would redirect what was done when I did it. So when people get into this mode of oh, I should have, I could have, I would have, it's not helpful simply because the thing that you did was the set timeline that you did it in. That's where you decided to go. That's why you had all of these thoughts. You had A, B, C, and D, and then you chose B. And then the outcome came to what it came out to be. Most people will go, oh, I should have, I could have, I would have. And then simply live in that state of like, oh, I'll never do it again simply because I'll never touch wet paint again because the wet paint sign was there. I'll never do another backflip because the last time I did it, I landed on my head. Like, that's what we naturally, they're survival instincts, right? It's your nerves going, hey, that's not right. That's not helpful. That doesn't make us feel good. And then that's your consciousness responding to what your nerves sent through your system to let you understand that, all right, well, let's go ahead and do something else. That's what our instincts. The important part is to be able to defer the difference between how it's happening and what you feel on it. That's all it comes down to. That's why having the perspective of what you're able to do is so important, because if you only leave perspective one-sided of like the paint is wet, then you will forever just see the wet paint sign and just never do anything with it. Like, probably not the best analogy, but hey, it's the one we got because it's all about the adjustments. But it just makes some kind of sense. I mean, look, that's just what I mean. Look, I say it all the time, like, who am I? Who am I? You were scrolling and then you seen me like, and then next thing you know, you was like, what is he talking about? And I started talking and then you was like, all right, I'm gonna subscribe. I like this. But like, at the end of the day, who am I? I'm some guy who believes in being able to understand that there are no limits to what you want to do. They can fly. Look, I bring this up all the time. Anybody who knows me, and for those who are new here, you're gonna know now. Flying is a thing of yesterday. There are jetpack races, people. There are jetpack races. They literally go and then fly around the racetrack in jetpacks for fun. You can literally fly now. So don't sit over here and tell, oh, well, you can't fly without it. It's not the point. Like, that is not the point of what I'm saying. The point is that you have the ability to just normally take flight simply because of the science and math backing the possibilities of what you're able to think of due to your perspective. I'm one to be victim to this myself, because you don't know what you don't know. And it's hard to know something that you don't know if you've never known that it even existed. So, yes, if you do, this is how you answer that question. This is how you do it. How do you know something that you don't know that you've never known before? Perspective. Being able to talk to people, being able to realize, being able to understand that, okay, all right, I've never seen that before. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. And yet it is so interesting. Versus you going, you ever see those people? You ever been like in like possibilities are endless. Like, I'm just gonna take a sip of this water. You can't drink that water. That water's no good for people. And that's not the best water. It's like, what? Like, and then guess what? That person who's grabbed that water, they'll go, oh, well, I mean, well, now that I think about it, that water's probably not it. Now you ain't. Oh. Now your ass about to be thirsty because you listening to somebody else who don't normally even hydrate. You know, I once was serving this table and I was like asking the table, I was like, hey guys, like, oh, can I get you all anything to drink? Get you warm waters to start? And then like it was 4 people at the table. And then it was like, oh, we'll take 3 waters. I was like, oh, she doesn't want water? Oh, no, she doesn't drink water. That's how you don't drink water. that don't make no sense. Like, I'm not even going to sit over here and literally look at, you know how I know you may not drink water with, you know, to hydrate, you don't need to physically like drink water. You know, you can hydrate yourself by, you know, the outside, you take a cool shower, you know, swimming pool, beach, you know, your body can normally naturally cool itself off and hydrate itself due to the fact of water being in there. So just because you're not physically drinking it does not mean you do not drink. Just saying some stupid shit. And then look, I'm supposed to sit there at the table, oh, she doesn't drink water. Like, no. Like, people are so, like, I brought a water just because. I still brought one. Just because it was stupid. Bitch, drink some damn water. All right. But anyway. Like, look, all right. Anyway. It's all due to the perspective, right? And the excuses that you make in those perspectives, like, you know, things are always going to be said. Somebody's got something to say. Everybody's a critic. Everybody knows what they don't know. You just weed through it. You just pay attention to what is important, and then you do what you feel is important. Like, yes, there are some awful things going on in the world. You have to be realism to that. Like, if you think that the world is just sunshine and blue, I can sit here and just be like, that there's some serious issues in the world. And the only reason why they don't seem as serious is due to that same perspective. And there's a lot of great work going on here. There's so many people out here doing amazing things. I would like to be able to stem this channel from like the perspective thought of how things go to where that people can understand the deeper perspective of the world. So that way people can help from where they are versus feeling like they need more. Ergo is the point of the channel, because you don't need more to do great. You already great. You literally woke up today and was like, that's greatness right there. In every breath. Because you know why? Your brain is doing that for you. You didn't wake up today and go, all right, breathe. No, you just woke up breathing, because that's just how blessed you are. That's just how much power you truly have. Now take that, knowing that, breathe, then hydrate. Don't drink no fucking water, man. Hydrate. Get water into your system. Get water, hydrate yourself, so that way your body can recalibrate, because you sweat a lot in your sleep and you burn a lot of calories in your sleep. And you have to hydrate yourself normally. So right up out of your seat is the best time. And, you know, like when they say drink hot water and lemon and stuff like that too, you know, the clear systems and whatnot, but we're not talking about that. Like, same concept, because you're still hydrating and whatnot, you still clean yourself with the same. But then you're able to get up and then hydrate your entire system to where that it sends every message to your body like, all right, time to get moving, to where now that you got movement, now that you in it, that all it takes after that is just understanding the perspective of how you want to get what you get done. There's multiple ways to skin a cat. You don't got to. Why do you think that there's so many recipes for the same food? Because there's always something. Throw a basil leaf on top of that shit and call it something else. That's how it goes. It's called innovation, people. It's called the law of conservation of energy, because energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. This is why our DNA system is in the strands that it's in, or the illustration of that concept, because it's an infinite system that literally just changes. It doesn't go anywhere. It just changes forms into a new pattern of what comes down to what it. Just like my boy Bruce Lee said, be like water. Allow yourself to know that that flow is going to happen either way. Most people are against the flow, drowning in shit, like, because they just can't keep up with what's going on and how it's going. The key is to just flow. There's this I learned this recently with like how to stop yourself from drowning and singing. And your upper body is a natural what is it? Your body's a natural, how can I say it? Like an upward system. Like, like that's like where our spines are mostly for. And if you allow yourself to relax, then your body naturally lifts you up above the water. That science I'm not, as you can see, I'm not as like solid in. We'll get there, because we always do. Only gets better. But at the end of the day, it's all about allowing yourself to calm down. Like when you're underwater and you're doing this, you're only just allowing yourself to be pushed underneath. But when you allow yourself to just be in a constant state of just flowing, you can float normally. Like Like, and it's really just all of the perspective. Like, I got into that because, like, like, calm your ass down, tranquilo. Like, it's okay. Like, it's stressful right now because, like, you're not breathing and you're not thinking about what's going on or how it's supposed to make you better. That's why it's so. So calm your ass down. Like, you say that to people and it really makes them. Oh, I can't calm down. It's like, bitch, calm. Excuse me, what my friend say. Like, yeah. I don't want to be one of those. I don't want to use so much profanity and whatnot. I'm not. Profanity is caveman language. We're better than that. I mean, get your shit together. Sometimes you can't say it no other way. You gotta just. We're gonna get some bleeping systems in here. When I start getting monetized, I don't know the rules. I don't know the rules. Like, no one, like, I started. You know how much I go through life. And, like, I'm just like, and people are like, you can't do that. And I'm like, can't do what? That, what you doing? I can't do this? They're like, yeah, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm already doing it. I actually did it 8 times, like, in this last hour. I didn't, like, nobody was here to tell me. Like nobody, I didn't waltz into this life and be like, huh. And somebody was like, all right, here you go. This is what you do, and make sure you get and do what you do. Like, I was like, I kind of just got here and was like, started coming up with some shit because nobody else was doing anything. Like, I can honestly say that when it comes to being prideful about who you are, that's the most important part. You have to know. If you want to grow, you gotta know. And that's where we talk about, like, the excuse of you saying, oh, I just didn't know, is not an excuse that is valid in a world. Like, I said this in one of the shorts a couple days ago. If you're an engineer and you're tasked with building a building and the structure of it, dynamics and functions, and then you do it, and then that building collapses, maybe not kills no one, but maybe kills your reputation, hurts the structure of what you were trying to accomplish, and then your excuse is because I didn't know. Do you? Are you insane? Are you? So what makes you think that you going through your own life going, I didn't know, is any more better? No, that's not how that works. That's not sustainable for your case. If you go in leading with that, then you already kind of know where you are on the scale of society. Like, and that is why we're here. This is what we're here for. Because, yes, it's hard to understand things if you're not paying attention, if you're not willing to be focused on them, if you're not allowing yourself to just go with what you know and then build from there. Sometimes you think you know something, and then you get into an environment where you got to use it, and you go in like, yeah, I know this. And the next thing you know, it ain't nothing like what you thought. Then you feel some kind of way. You start to be like, oh, you question it. That isn't your sign to just give up and just be done. No. That's the sign of growth. That lets you know, oh, so there is more. So I can be more. So I can do more. So I can get it. I can get this done. This is what we're here for. This is what we do. Es lo que hacemos. Eso es lo que soy. I'm telling you, es una gran vida. Solo el comienzo, hermano. I'm telling you, this is yours. Not because of the fact that you feel that it is, that you're supposed to have it. No, because you do it. There is no other exceptions to it. You either do or you don't. That's it. Everybody wants to throw like, well, I mean, you can do a little bit. I mean, no. You do or you don't. You are or you aren't. You either are successful or you're not successful. There is no some successful. There's no little successful. There is it worked or it did not work. That's it. Don't attempt to substitute that little bit of gray area to make yourself feel better. No. Because then that's when you start to really backslide. That's when you start taking it easy is when it happens. When you get complacent, when you don't grow. There's never a moment where you stop. Because the moment you do, then you stop. Now, I'm not saying go hard 100% every day. Come on now. See, there y'all go again. Look, you can already tell it's the person on the Wilmy. They always there. No. Calm your ass down. Hey, calm down. Hey, look. Big shout outs to Ricky. That's my guy. That's my boy. In it to win it. Good to see him. Always and forever. We up. No soto soto. Have a great day. Every Saturday at 12. Wait, back to it. Calm your ass down. Because you have to be able to really just pull back. Just pull back. Pull back just a wee bit. Just a little. You ain't even got to go all the way back. Just pull back a little bit to where you can just focus and breathe. Because you not doing it is about to hurt not only you, but the entire surrounding of it. Like, they say that a ship doesn't sink because of the water on the outside of it. It sinks because of what happened on the inside. So don't let the inside of your ship, deck, train, plane, whatever, whatever analogy you want to use for it, don't let the inside affect the outside. Allow yourself to work from the inside to expand what you do on the outside. This is why if you show up to an event, a project, an assignment, a presentation, whatever, with an attitude that isn't helpful, then people are going to notice that. And the excuse can't be, oh, it's just because like this is how it is. Or, oh, this is just how I feel. Oh, this is no, because no one who's going anywhere is going to accept that. This is why the most ambitious people are the ones who get it. And let me bring it to this point too. It ain't got nothing to do with how smart you are, how strong you are, how good looking you think you are, how ugly you think you are. No, it matters about what you doing with what you got. Sexy ain't what you look like or what you got on. Sexy is who you are. That's why we too sexy for this shit. I tell you what, nobody got time for it. You have to understand that. That saying is simply because you have to understand that there's a lot more that can be done. There's a lot more that you can do. You can be a lot more. That's the whole concept of why some things work and some things don't. The things that work help you realize like, oh, this is what I'm good. The things that didn't let you know like, all right, this is the things I got to improve. Both things help. That's why it's important to have the perspective of what no. If you're going for something and you're going and you got all your energy and spirit behind it and it doesn't work, then just know that it wasn't supposed to work right there. So you keep going with the same energy and spirit. Don't let the fire die simply because it didn't work. Yes, things work and they don't work. They either are or they aren't. But the moment that they are, then go. If they aren't, then fix it. If it is, then cool. If it ain't, then make it. This is what the whole setup of it is. And then so many people get caught under the, oh, it's happening. Oh, my life. Oh, this is always. That, of course, that's all they're looking for. That's all their brain can think about. That's all they wake up and realize. They wake up and breathe and go, anxiety. Like, it's like, do some push-ups. Like, literally, get moving, do something. Because then when you're in motion, you can't think about, oh, what? That's why if you've ever been running, and then like, I'll bring up another one that's even worse, but then you're running, and then as you're running, you take a weird step, and you're like, like, and then now that step has affected you, and now you like can't keep moving. It's kind of like the same way if you ever if you're a skateboarder and you know this very well, and that little ass rock that just catches your wheel at the right little moment, it goes, whoop, and then sends you flying. Like those moments happen. Within the moment of you going, you didn't think about the fact that that step was going to be weird. It just knocked you off balance. You didn't see that rock about to stop that wheel. So most people are going to go, or hit the rock and fly off the board and then fall and then be like, no, that was way too much. I cannot deal with any more of that pain. And I'm just not going to have it. I'm never going to run again. I'm never going to skateboard again. I'm never going to do a backflip again. I'm never going to ride a bike again. That's what happens. Guess who did it? Not the rock. The rock didn't do it. The ground didn't do it to you. You did it. You decided to make the choice of going, that's it. Can't do that. Never do that again. It's the ones that get stopped by that rock that fucking tweak their ankle and then go like, still limp a little bit, like, just keep a little pressure off of it because they got to finish, or the muscle smacked the ground and was like, ouch. Okay, let me just sit back for a little minute and then get back to it. That's who the future belongs to. Because if you stop, then nothing else happens. If you decide that that's it, then you won't have any other perspective to do more. It's important to regular people, to ambitious people. Like, it's important to everybody to understand that you can do it as long as you want to do it. This is why sometimes, like, careers that people love, but the job they have doing that career they love, they don't like, this draining them, because what they love is not the problem. It's where they are while they're trying to enjoy what they love. That's the problem. And if you're trying your line, so if you're trying to allow yourself to do what you love, you're not set in your ways to know that nothing's going to stop you, no matter if it's a small rock or an uneven plane, you're not going to stop. Then you're going to always do more with wherever you are. Because I said it like this before. No matter where you go, I don't care if you're here in the States, if you're in Texas, if you're in New York, if you're in Maine, if you're in Utah. I don't care if you're across the country, if you're in Japan, Konnichiwa, if you're in Russia, Dobre din, if you're in France, c'est tout en belle vie. There are always going to be people and inconveniences. Any and everywhere. Does not matter. So if you think that where you are now, and you think that that grass is greener just because they said it was greener, just because you looked at a couple pictures, then I hope your perspective is open to be able to adjust and adapt. Or guess what? You're going to go to that new place thinking, oh, it's going to be better. Oh, it's different here. It may be different because you want different, because you're indifferent. The scenario is different. And then you're still going to run into an asshole. You're still going to be able to find some scenario or situation that's going to make you go, I don't like that. But it's all about what you think. It's all about what you decide. And as long as you're going at it in the right mindset of what you feel, of what your research has brought you, is what your theories have come to conclusion, of what your scientific facts have brought you to realize, then I think that you're okay. I think that you got this. You have to be able to know that. You have to be able to get that perspective, because without perspective, you're not going to get it. You're not going to go. You're not going to. Like, people ask, how do I do something? Do it. Like, I'm big on acrobatics and I like gymnastics and whatnot. If there's a flip I don't know how to do, It's gonna hurt a couple times attempting to get the form and where I gotta land and how I gotta land. Guarantee I'm gonna get that flip. Mine's is the inside out flip right now. It's the inside out flip for me. Like I can do I can run off something, do a solid front flip off of something. I want to do the inside out flip. You know, I want to do the side flip. I want to be able to like kind of like run and just be like, and then like, and before I practiced this a few days ago, I thought this was an easier flip. I thought because of the fact that like you can kind of like control like the side dynamics that it, but like, you know, I'm a little awkward in it with like, you know, attempting. So I'll get it. But I mean, that's gotta put that work in. Like, and for me to do it, I'm gonna be uncomfortable. It's I'm gonna hit the ground a couple times and I'm gonna be like, Like, I'm gonna still just get back up and see if like it works until it works because I want to do the flip. It's a cool flip. Like, and I'll bring up like the main reason I want to do it because if you've ever seen Daredevil, the Marvel hero, like the way like I'm actually talking about the series Daredevil on Netflix was pretty badass. And, like how he fights in it, like he'll be like side flip to a fucking karate kick. Like that's badass. To not only did I just get my ass whipped, but the motherfucker did 8 backflips before he did it. Like, you know, like that's you know, there's levels to this shit. There's like beating somebody's ass and like, you know, this level. I don't even know how to label it. I'll put it at Daredevil. You know, there's the difference between beating somebody's ass and Daredevil, you know? Like, so just want to be able to, you know, do these things. You know, and I'm gonna take it into tournaments and whatnot. So like besides all that, it's, you know, just how you want to do it. Like there's no real reason for anyone to do anything, right? You know, there's no, like you look at someone, you see people jogging, you see people working out, you see people doing wheelies in the street, you see people working jobs, you see, you know, there's never a real reason to do anything. Like, you know, it's because it's there. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm only doing it because it's here. I started this channel because I noticed how much I was talking to people. And I don't mean me like talking to you all how I'm talking now because, you know, I've been nonstop. I mean, where I actually say something and then they respond with how they feel and why it makes them feel that way. And then I started to hear it. I started to like really hear like what people's problems were. So then I went, have you ever thought about not doing it? And then they go, well, yeah, well, I mean, like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to happen either way, right? It's either going to be this or that. So if it's always been this, then at least attempt that. One of the best things in this world that if something hasn't been working for you for the longest time, and then you attempt to switch it, and then that switch doesn't work, then you're just back where you started. At least you understand that, all right, that kind of like sent me in a different direction. That actually kind of made me feel better. It was a really good seasoning. Like, you know, I've never tasted, you know, like, you know, to keep that perspective open, to understand that there is more. There is a way. Like, even in its darkest, the bamboo tree, baby. The bamboo tree, you plant seed, it does not grow the first year, the second year, doesn't grow the third year, doesn't even grow the fourth year. The fifth, the sixth year, within months, shoots up 10, 12, 15 feet out of nowhere. And so you think. It's not out of nowhere. It's because it spent those first years digging. It spent those second years expanding. Spent those third years rooting. Spent those fourth years preparing. And then out of nowhere, because of the preparation meeting opportunity, the fact that it's now, let's do this, and it grows how it does is amazing. you're the same way. You root systems into your everyday. You plan accordingly. So that way that those roots stay strong. You execute normally. So that way, when you're ready to do it in its biggest fashion, in its next fashion, it comes so easy because it's what you do normally. This is why you understand who you are, your skills, and how you're able to implement them. This is why there's no excuses on your success. There's no excuses. The excuses never has built any success. No successful person ever went, I'm successful because of. No, they don't hold themselves to that. No, I am successful because it was implemented. Didn't leave the excuses out there. Excuses are only just like opinions. Everybody has them. So are you going to use the excuse of not being great because you just don't want to be great? Or are you not, what are you doing here? Because if you want to, then you're going to have to. And to have to, you got to move. You're going to have to get going. You're going to have to, get along, little doggy, or it ain't going to happen. If you always do what you've always done, you're going to always get what you always got. Do something else. It doesn't take a massive transformation. We talk about this all the time. It doesn't take you to just go wake up one day and be like, I'm going to change my entire life. Oh, no, it takes you to just wake up and make your damn bed. It takes you to wake up and instead of grabbing your phone first, do some stretches. You know damn well your back hurt. And you're going to get up out of your bed, grab your phone and go. And then you're going to put your phone down and stand up and go, oh, my back. And then wonder why the fuck your back. Oh! Don't you see? That's what I say. Excuse me, what my phone say. What, bitch, get your shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not helpful. Don't do the things that aren't helpful. Do the things. Yes. Do the things. With that being said, that's the point. And I'm glad to see everybody in it. I'm glad to see that we here, we rocking, we chilling, we love it, we back. For those who know me, what's up, y'all? I know it's been a minute. I know. We know. Hey, look. Es solo gravido solo mi hora. Es solo comienzo, hermano. Amigas, hermanas. We in it. And it was just more restructured. Look, as we sit here in this moment, it's all just that same thing. It's all just that same simple roots, systems, foundation, understanding, and then ready for it. It's what we do. I always love to explain that life is like a grand performance that you get to do every day. You train for some days, you relax the other days, you train for more days, you implement more systems, and then you get to put on the performance every day. You literally wake up, get ready, get dressed, get pampered, get stylish, get ready for it, step out, and then people go, meh, and then some go, whoa, and then guess what? You go back, you think, you understand, you realize, you grow, then you do it all again. Yeah, wake up, get ready, get stylish, get ready, and then people go, oh, and then you do it again, and you do it as much as you want to. You keep going, you stop. You don't want to, you get it. It's all yours. You can do it. It's all of what you want. That's the part about it. That's the best part, because no matter if you want billions of trillions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of hundreds of dollars, you can have as much as you want, as little as you want. You can have none, you can have all, you can get a little, you can get a lot. That's up to you. That's what you do. That's what That's what you're able to do. You can have that choice. It's your decision. It's your setup. And guess what? You can do it really fun. You can do it really nice. You can tell you like that. Because the best thing is, and then we'll start to wrap it up. The best thing is, not only do you have the ability, not only do you have the intelligence, not only do you have the energy, but you got the tools. They already gave you everything you needed. It's in your hands right now. You're looking at it as you speak. You want to be great? Fuck, how do I be great? And then you're going to find me. And then you're going to see me. And then you're going to see me up in here doing the thing, letting you all know that, hey, look, you got to shift your perspective a little bit, because if you always think about this, then you never can see this. So you got to get out of here before you get there. And that's all it takes. Do you know how? Do you know how I know that? Do you know how I know? Because you can get better every day. Oh, damn, how you do that? You implement everyday systems that allow you to do your everyday damn thing. You can literally change your life immensely, starting by deleting one bad habit, then the next, then realizing like, wait a minute, I feel really good now that these are in there. And then you start to understand what actually makes you better. You start to understand why you feel the way you feel. Then you start to create purpose, clarity, passion. And then next thing you know, it starts to grow so big that nobody can even stop it. They see it and they're like, oh, it's too bright. Put it out. But as much as they try to put you out, as much as they try to throw it on there, they can't stop it, because at the end of the day, you just burn too brightly. You got this overwhelming sense of just doing what you do simply because you do it. You do realize that every explosion isn't explosive. Like, you don't have to collapse bridges to impact people's lives. Like, you literally just do what you do. And then you do it as you do it, when you do it, whenever you want to. Because at 60, at 40, at 30, at 20, at 16, at 10 years old, do you realize that there are 7-year-olds out here creating businesses, right? Don't play around with it. There's some 7-year-olds out here. Don't blame there you go, making that excuse again that, oh, well, they got technology. But you got technology too. And you actually understand what is supposed to do more for you than what they do. They only know that layer of it. You have layers on layers on layers backing you of what you know. So don't make the excuse that is because of when. No. Every time's a great time to do some great things. So as long as you're doing them things, no, we doing it. Yeah, so that's the topic. Let me talk to some of my people. Yeah, so schedules got a little funny, and I wanted to come back doing lives like more solidly. I wanted to pick like, do when y'all first started seeing me going lives and y'all started to really know who your boy was. Like I was like working on the systems, like I didn't know anything about YouTube lives. I didn't know anything about like how I should be. If you remember anything when I first started out, hello guys, how's it going? We're here live and we're talking about that. Man, now we in it. Now we over here talking about the important things. Now we talking about what needs to be done. And through me being able to wanting to spread that message a lot more efficiently, I had to pull back and I had to, do my own fair share of research, what worked, what didn't work. And then, I moved in jobs and then, things, the distractions, the focus never left. The focus was always still on being able to do what I do. That's why, the lives kind of calmed down, but the lives weren't the main point of the channel. But I was blessed to be able to start doing the lives because then it gave me another sense of like what we were talking about, what we wanted to hear. Like, I don't want to just be some random dude on YouTube just saying, do better, be better, good with it. Like, no, like, come on, like, we got this because of like literally science is backing us right now. Like, literally, like law of motion, conservation of energy, substitution, all that is backing us right now. So I wanted to be able to make sure that we got our message out a lot more efficiently. And what we do now is that we go every Saturday, 12 o'clock. So we spend a nice little hour talking about the topic of the day. And then, we break down, and then you get to see your boy still. We get to talk about it, and then we up. Nosotros arriba. And I'm telling you, es una gran vida. Solo mi oro. Es solo el comienzo. Like, so it's all about just getting better, being better, doing more while we're having fun with it, because it's not all about just the work. Like, I was talking to this one person, and they let me know. I was like, when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And it was like, no, work is work, no matter how you try. That's just how people try to say it. And I love that perspective, because the work is work. There's not gonna be much you do in this world that doesn't provide much effort. Like the only effortless thing I say you do is breathe. That's something that you ain't gotta do. So knock that off the table. So now your only responsibility is to do everything else. So I think we got a good deal. That's just me. I don't know. Like, I think for me to be able to just subconsciously just keep myself alive due to the fact that just how my system is programmed. Okay, cool. Now that we got that together, let's go do all the other stuff that I'm plenty able to do. Like, don't let people think because you hustling that you should slow down, that you should stop. You stop when you feel. When you rest, you rest. When you need to quit, you quit. When you realize it's not efficient, you make it. Speaking of, you just reminded me, I got I got other things I got to do, So like, hey, that's the whole point of it. But now that we've been back, you know where to find your boy at. We got the new setup. Same thing, going with the entire structure of the signature pour, because this is only just the shift in perspective of it. There's more that we got that we're going to work with, because guess what? It always changes in more ways than one. With that being said, it's been a pleasure. I've had fun as always. Catch us here next Saturday doing the damn thing. I think I'm watching Dogs next Saturday, so we'll get to see some of the pupsters and whatnot, and they're always so great. At the end of it, let's do what we do, and we're in it. Let me see what'd you say. Sorry, don't think I ain't been reading. I seen y'all comments and whatnot. I ain't, look, like I say, different structure, different setup of like what we got going on. We can't be all everywhere. We gotta like be where we are while still being able to do. But yeah, I've been seeing the comments. I'll definitely get mediators and stuff like that. When I love to join the lives back in 2025. So many people were joining. Yeah, it got like that. Yeah, it was yeah, no, and that's how it works. Like that's the whole point, right? To not lose the focus, right? We got things that we want to do already. So it's important to make sure that, like, all right, just because it can't be my main priority doesn't mean they're still not being done. Like, you don't need to stare at your plant for it to grow, right? you literally just do what's necessary. And now that you planted it, you set it where you're going to set it, you leave it there and let it do what it does. And then you just tend to it like how you're supposed to while you go and handle everything else. And that was the point of our topic today. Like, I'm not great. I'm not successful because I got so many things to do. What? Like, out here with that. I don't care. There are so many things to do. I'm glad. I'm blessed to be able to have so much on my plate, because guess what? The main purpose was to eat. We were supposed to eat already. So why the hell are we complaining that they keep coming with more entrees? They keep showing us the desserts. Like, they opened the whole buffet just for me. Like, and I'm going to be like, oh, it's too much. No, we in it. Let's see. It's time to eat. No excuses. Let's go. We up. No sotas arriba. We only get better because we only get better. Holla at your boy. Remember, Saturdays at 12. We in it. That'll be the solid live times. I'll have it scheduled so that way you see your boy. If you see one of the shorts, you're gonna see your boy going live too. And we in it to win it, building digits. Have a blessed day. Happy Valentine's Day. Stay up. Do your thing. You already know. Do a little sabes, hermano, and we back with it. And you know we back with it. So I will see y'all next Saturday with more fun and more do what we got to do. Holla.